Hi everyone, this is now our video lessons in Science 4, Quarter 2, Week 6. The reference that I am using from Science links can be found on page 101-104. Your teacher, Mr. Ray D. Montesilio. At the end of this lesson, you are expected to identify the statement given which refers to the body organs, the kidneys, gallbladder, and pancreas. Please prepare the following: ballpen and paper. This is a sample worksheet paper that you are going to use. For today's lesson, we will be talking about the kidneys. This is the sample picture of kidneys. Now, what are kidneys? The kidneys are best described as two bean-shaped organs located at the back of the abdominal cavity with one on each side of the spinal column that filters the blood in the human body. The function is to sustain the body's chemical balance by getting rid of waste products and excess fluid in the form of urine. To break down the nutrients, chemical reactions happen in the cells of your body. The kidneys now are the ones responsible for its excretion. The path of urine. Waste material that is collected combines with water, which turns as urine that is filtered out of the kidneys. As each kidney produces urine, the urine passes through a long tube called the ureter. Now, how to keep balance of your kidney? Another important function of the kidneys is to control the level fluid of the body and help in the reabsorption of water, glucose, and amino acids. This kind of balance is the body is called homeostasis. Food like fruits and vegetables are also good sources of water. There are instances when you will notice that your urine becomes darker in color. Remember, if you will not take a lot of fluids, particularly water, and when you are not exercising and sweating a lot, your urine produces less water in it and it appears darker. Now, let's try to test yourself. For you test 1, write true or false, copy and answer on your paper, 2 points each. You have to answer 1 up to 5. Now, let's proceed to gallbladder. The gallbladder, one of the body's smallest organs, it is a hollow sac sitting just beneath the liver on the right side of the abdomen. This is a sample diagram of our gallbladder. This is the gallbladder. The gallbladder functions as a concentrating reservoir for bile, which it delivers to the duodenum in response to meals. It acts as a reservoir for holding bile that the liver secretes. Now, the gallbladder has layers and its characteristics. First, epithelium. It is a thin sheet of cell closest to the inner layer of the gallbladder. Next, we have lamina propria. It is a thin layer of loose connective tissue. Next, we have muscularis. It is a layer smooth muscular tissue that helps the gallbladder to contract and squirt its bile into the bile duct. Perimuscular, a fibrous tissue, another layer of connective tissue. Next, we have serosa, an outer covering of the gallbladder that comes from the peritoneum, which is the lining of the abdominal cavity. Now, let's proceed to the pancreas. It is an elongated, tapered organ located across the back of the abdomen, behind the stomach. This is the sample diagram of our pancreas. The pancreas function secretes digestive juices into the small intestines. It produces enzymes that break down our food into smaller molecules, enough to be absorbed by our body cells. It also produces the hormones like insulin and glucagon. The spleen. This is the spleen. The spleen is a brown, flat, oval-shaped lymphatic organ located in the upper left part of the abdomen under the rib cage. It filters and stores blood to protect the body from the infections and blood loss. The spleen contains lymphocytes and another kind of white blood cell called macrophages, which engulf and destroy bacteria, dead tissue, and foreign matter, and remove them from the blood passing through the spleen. Now, let's proceed to the urinary bladder. This is a sample diagram of the urinary bladder. It is a hollow, muscular, and elastic organ located in the pelvis, just above and behind the pubic bone. The function is to collect urine excreted by the kidneys before disposal by the process called urination. Once it is empty, the bladder is about the size and shape of a pear. Urine that is formed in the kidneys travels down into the two tubes called ureters to the bladder. To accommodate urine, the bladder is lined by layers of stretched muscle tissue. Its normal capacity is 400 to 600 ml. Now, let's try to test yourself again. Test 2. Identify each statement. Answer directly on your paper. You have to answer 1 up to 10. Read, understand before answering. Always remember, class, please keep all your worksheets and submit it on Monday. Video lesson has ended. Thank you for listening and goodbye.